Today is a big day for Regen Rovers because we have the opportunity to win our first ever cup competition. We're going to be taking on Burton Albion in the Checkatrade Trophy final. But first of all, I thought we'd have a warm-up to that. We'll play a league game against Blackburn Rovers. I wanted to take on Blackburn. Cristiano Ronaldo's Blackburn, remember, because he's in charge of them, which is just bizarre. And they've actually improved since he has come into the team, to be fair. They're 12th in the league. When we last played them, I think they were about 19th. So they're on the charge, looking to try and make a late charge for the playoffs, I guess. You can see here, things have improved slightly for us. After that 5-1 defeat against Luton, you may have been thinking, we're going to drop out the playoffs now and have a torrid time at the end of the season. But we have turned it around with some more solid results of late. I decided to play a much less attacking philosophy. I went standard, I went retain possession, short passing, and we just tried to make the games as boring as possible and hope that we could grab a goal to win the game. And we, as you can see from recent results, we've done okay. We did lose one game, but the other games in there, very few goals involved because of the type of football I was playing. In the first game, we beat Scunthorpe United 1-0 thanks to a Larry Udder goal. He's such a crucial player for us, isn't he? He pops up with these important goals. And Philip Kachar came back into goal after Sivzelis's 5-goal performance against Luton, and he picked up man of the match. I think there's no arguing that Kachar is the better goalkeeper. I know there's some of you that still love Sivzelis, but if he's not putting in the performances required of him, then unfortunately he's not going to be able to play. It's the same with the likes of Jack Young and Bradley Berry. These players that have been around for years, some of you just really hold deeply in your hearts, and so do I. I'd love Jack Young to be banging the goals in at this level, but the last couple seasons he's played a few games and he's just not performed. He scored 1 goal last season, but he generally gets 6.3s or 6.4s when he plays, so I can't risk it. I can't play him. Spencer Drury, Udder and Palmer have been our best strikers over the last couple of seasons. I have to go with them if we want to progress as a club. But Jack Young would always be there in the background. He's usually on the bench. If we're ever 3 or 4 goals up, then, I'll throw him on to see if we can get that goal. But yeah, back to Kachar. He's almost broken Sivzelis's clean sheet record. He's got 16. I think Sivzelis got 18, possibly 19. So he's still got a few games to go, but there's a possibility he can break that record. So let's have a look at that Udder goal then. That won this game for us. It was a very close game. You can see Luke Holland, good tackle, Drury through to Udder, who was playing as the advanced forward. I've actually dropped Palmer the last few games because he's not been very good lately, if I'm honest. I was playing Lee Orford as the target man, and yeah, it was okay. You can see here, 2-0 win away from home against Southend United, but both of them were penalties from Larry Udder, our best penalty taker. Now, I just have to remember to keep Udder on at all times if we're about to go to penalties, don't I? Especially for this final against Burton Albion. Having said all that about Sivzelis, he will be playing the Checkatrade Trophy final. He has been our cup keeper. He's put us through a couple rounds with his heroics in the penalty shootouts, of course. So he deserves to be in the team, in the starting lineup for the Checkatrade Trophy final. It's just our league goalkeeper. Didn't show you the second penalty. Has to be Kachar because he is the one that's putting in the good performances. Oh look, another pink tracksuit, but Southend United goalkeeper with a pink tracksuit. Slightly darker, I think, than our one. Larry Udder, that was his 15th goal of the season. And it was another penalty that won us 3 points against Coventry City. This is what I'm talking about. It's very tight, the games. I've just tried to grind them out. I just disappointed by that Luton defeat. Defensively were awful. Of course, we were missing a couple players, but I just wanted, after that, to just throw everything out the window, throw all the attacking philosophies that we've been going with lately out the window and just go back to basics. And it's got us results. We struggled to win against 10-man Coventry City. They had a red card in the 28th minute, but we only managed to get a penalty in the last minute. Stephen Dean floating in a free kick. It may have been a handball or a push, I can't remember, but Marlowe with the last kick of the game, pressure on for our ex-captain, and our first choice penalty taker stepped up and convincingly found the back of the net to win us 3 points, a crucial 3 points in our playoff plight, possibly automatic promotion plight as well. There really is a chance still that we can get promoted automatically, but we went up to joint second place. We were in third place in goal difference, and unfortunately we lost 1-0 against Peterborough. They scored in the 65th minute. We couldn't break them down. We did pretty well, and Kachar had a decent game again, 6.9 from him. He was our best defensive player, I guess. Dibba, the midfield, played well, but up front, Palmer, disappointing. I don't know what's happened to him lately. Spencer Drury hasn't scored for a few games. He hasn't scored since the Plymouth Argyle game, so he hasn't scored in 7 games, which is worrying. He's one off Jack Young's record. Jack Young, he's got some sort of voodoo doll going on here and just playing with him on the sidelines, making Spencer Drury miss every opportunity, I think. To be fair, he hasn't really missed much, but it's just not been his... I guess all strikers go through a bad spell, don't they? And he, compared to some of his good spells this season where he scored 6-7 games in a row, it really is the complete contrast, isn't it? Now, as you can see here, Wycombe Wanderers took the lead in the 17th minute. Acosta, I think he scored a couple penalties against us previously, scored against us again. But Lee Orford with another crucial goal. He's not scored many this season. He's had a poor first half of the season, but in the second half he's picked it up a bit and scored some very important goals for us. And this one was Palmer with the assist actually this time. He's still getting assists, good old Craig Palmer. It's a lovely finish from Lee Orford to win 1 point for us, which does leave us, as we've already seen, in 4th place. 2 points off second, 5 points off first. Maybe that's a little bit out our grasps now with only 6 games to go. But second place is definitely still doable. We're now 5 points ahead of 7th place Plymouth, who are outside the playoffs. So we can't throw this away. We have to at least get playoff place now, surely. Blackburn Rovers then. We beat them earlier in the season, which was very, very pleasing against... I don't think Ronaldo was in charge then. I think he's come into the team since that game. The team I'm going to go with then. Kachar in goal, of course. Stephen Dean, who's been brilliant this season. Not as good of late, but still decent, 6.94 over the last 5 games. Danny Bai, similar story, not been as good of late, 6.94, but alright, in line with what he's been all season. He's not had a spectacular season. Reece Walker's definitely been better this year, but his ratings dropped off from the start of the season. Charlie Lofts is going to have to play left back, because Yahaya's ineligible, he can't play against his parent club. Greg Cross is still injured. Watala Subi was terrible in the last game he played, so I'm going with Charlie Lofts. He's come back from injury. He's more of a defensive option, I guess. And in the middle, Dibba, Murray and Marlowe. Diaz misses out because he's actually picked up a pretty severe injury. He was out for 4 weeks in total. He's still got 2 weeks to go. But Marlowe's actually been pretty decent for us lately. Good average rating over the last 5 games. Murray's been alright, nothing special. I would rather play Holland, but I accidentally played him in the under-23s. So Holland will be on the bench with a very low condition rating. We've also got Garber, who has come back from injury, and he's just average, isn't it? He's not developed. Don't know what to do about Mohamed Garber, because we sold him to Brentford for big money a couple seasons ago, 450k. He's not broken into their team. He's not progressed at all at Brentford. He's come back to us, had a pretty average season, hasn't scored a goal. He's got 3 assists this season, 6.89 average rating in the league. So that's all right, but it's not amazing considering he should have been our best player. At one point he was considered to have the best potential out of any of our players. He still does have good potential, but he's 22 now. He's going to have to get a move on. And I can't say I don't think his attributes have gone up since we sold him, to be honest. So what I could do is, if Brentford release him, I could sign him again on a free, see if he develops. If he doesn't, obviously we can either release him or sell him on and make some more money from him. So we'll just have to take it as it comes with Mohamed Garber. Up front, I've gone with the trio, the deadly trio, Drury, Udder and Palmer. Palmer's back in the team. 6.52 over the last few games, not good. Spencer Drury, 6.6, not good. They need to improve. Udder's done all right after a couple penalty goals. But we've got Lee Orford on the bench, we've got Jack Young on the bench, and we've got Brady Chick on the bench. Hopefully they can make an impact if we require them. This is a big game. We can prevent Blackburn from their charge towards the playoffs, I guess. If we win this, I think it'll probably be a bit too much for them. But if they do win this, then they have a good chance of making a late break for the playoff positions, I think. It's going to be difficult. They've obviously got a quality team. They've signed a few players in the January transfer window for big money. Their right back was like £2.8 million or something. So Cristiano has been spending the money, and that's for sure. What I'm going to do is, we're going to go... do we go attacking? We regretted it against Luton, didn't we? Maybe counter and hit them on the break. Could go direct. We'll go mixed passing, but nothing expressive. We don't want to just leave ourselves open here. This is a good warm-up for the Checkatrade Trophy final. Let's hope we don't pick up any injuries. I don't know if yellow cards, red cards will have an impact on that competition, suspension-wise. I do believe we're missing Stephen Dean and Dibba for the final because of suspensions, because they picked up 2 yellow cards, which is irritating, but we'll just have to deal with it, won't we? Hopefully our left backs will be back and we'll be able to play Charlie Lofts at right back, or Moran. I guess Moran could play right back. Is this going to be a goal early on? It is. 1-0. Dominic Samuel, 28th goal of the season. We're going to have to watch him, aren't we? Here's Stephen Dean winning the ball. It's up the pitch to Craig Palmer. Can we get an equaliser here? Here's Palmer running in field. Oh, that deserved a goal. He's hit the crossbar. That was absolutely sublime from Craig Palmer. He completely murdered that left back and centre back, and unlucky. And it's a free kick to Blackburn at the end of this half. Is this going to be a second goal to probably kill the game off? It is. I know I've said this a lot. We're not expected to be this far up the table, are we? We're expected to lose against Blackburn Rovers, who were favourites to win the league originally. We should be losing this game, but at the same time it's frustrating considering how high up the table we are, and Blackburn are in mid-table. Defensively we've been terrible. Charlie Lofts and Walker at the back just haven't been good enough by the looks of it. We're going to go a bit more direct, and we'll go expressive. Let's just go for this now. We've kind of got nothing to lose. Garber's going to come on. We're going to give him some game time. He's going to play as an advanced playmaker, get him a bit further forward. Uda's not really had a particularly good game there, has he? Let's change this up a bit. We're going to play 2 advanced forwards, and Drury's going to play as a false 9. He can drag defenders back with him, maybe. I don't know if a false 9 really works with 2 advanced forwards. Probably not, but let's try it anyway. And here come Blackburn again, looking for a third goal. It is. It's all over. Terrible display. We've just had a few thrashings this year. Perhaps I set up wrong. I maybe should have gone with what I've been trying recently and just playing it safe. Against Wickham we did go a bit more attacking and we drew 1-1. So I thought, let's go attacking against Blackburn. Take the game to them. I went counter really, didn't I? But you know what I mean. I could have gone... Retain possession seems to be the thing we're good at. So I'm going to do that in the final. I've learnt my lesson. This just doesn't work. We get completely murdered at the back. We're going to get a consolation goal? Don't think so. That's it. We had more shots than them. 50-50 possession. Just at the back. We were not good enough. And we dropped down to 5th in the table. And now we're only... Well, we're still 5 points above 7th place. We should get a playoff place, but 5 points off the automatic. I can't see us turning that around now. Look at this. Goalless Drury, Warriors Regen Rovers. He hasn't scored for 8 games. Palmer hasn't scored for 12 games, and Jack Young hasn't scored for 14 games for Regen Rovers. So yeah, it's not great. There's a few contracts running out at the end of the season. I'm not really sure what to do about some of them. And maybe you can let me know in the comment section below. I've offered a new deal to Neil Dixon, who was signed earlier in the season, Northern Irish central midfield or defensive midfield. He's had not the best time out on loan this season, but he has potential. He's improving as well, and he's only 18, 3-star current ability already, 4-star potential. So he apparently he's potential to be a championship defensive midfielder in the future. We have to give him a new contract. Giving him a new 2-year deal. Hopefully he'll accept it. Jack Young, I've offered a new contract, long term. He'll just be back up at the club. We have to keep him for now. Is there a way to make them do coaching courses? Because I mean, a couple of people have suggested doing that, but I don't know where or how you do that. Do you have to talk to them? I'm not sure. If someone can help me with that, if there is a way, then let me know, please. Charlie Lofts, I don't know what to do about him. He'll want quite a bit of money, I think. Yeah, he doesn't even want to talk. So perhaps that's the end of Charlie Lofts. Paddy Murray, I've given him a new contract because I still have hope that he can be a decent player for us. He's still only 22. He's not ancient, is he? And he is improving. And he's getting better every game, I would say. So we've got to give him some more game time. Sean Black's had a decent time out on loan this season in the Dagenham and Redbridge team. But he's come back. He's now in the under-23s. Don't think he's really going to turn into anything. Christian Marlowe, obviously, has been at the club a long time. He's kind of a semi-legend, I suppose, for his time. He's been here a long time. Had a couple of... his first 3 seasons at the club, he was very good. Last season, he played pretty well, actually. This season, of course, he's scored a goal every single season he's been here, which is impressive, I guess. Don't know what to do about him. Do I give him another contract? He's not going to be good enough for Championship or League One, really. He's only good enough. He's a leading player for Conference South and North teams, according to my assistant. Compared to someone like Neil Dixon, who's actually already better than him and has the potential to be a Championship player, is there any point keeping Marlowe? Same with Bradley Berry. Legend. He really is a legend at the club. He's been here since the 3rd season when we were in the National League South still. And had a great first season. Second season helped us get promoted. That 3rd season in the National League, he was terrible in his few games and picked up a severe injury. Then he sort of picked it up again. And since then, last season he was alright. 3 goals in 8 appearances. Very good rating. But this season he's only played 9 games in total. 8 off the bench. Hasn't scored a goal. Hasn't created a goal either. He's done very well for under 23 level. But a lot of our players do very well at under 23 level. Jack Young, Bradley Berry, Brady Chick, those sort of players. Because the players they're coming up against are terrible. They're coming up against generally National League or National League's North and South under 23 teams. So we should be better than them. And that's why they do get so many goals. It's because they're coming up against poor opposition. And lastly, our backup left back, Greg Cross. Don't think he's good enough. I'd like to sign a better left back. So at the moment, I'm not going to give him a contract. So I'm just working on the tactic ahead of Burton. What I'm going to do is we're going to retain possession. Penalties kind of suit us, especially with Sivzelis in goal. In fact, I'm going to put Sivzelis in goal before I forget. Patrick Dibber's suspended, so ideally I think we should play Mohamed Garba there. Yahaya's back, which is a massive bonus. At right back, I'm going to play Moran. I'm not going to play Charlie Loss. We're going to go with Moran. In the middle, Paddy Murray or Holland? I think Holland. Holland's been better recently. And I'm going to stick with the same strike force. We just have to put our faith in those 3 because they've been brilliant for us over most of the season. You can see that, loan report, Tim Green has been fabulous at Dagenham and Redbridge, but it's been at National League South level. That is below his level, to be honest, and that's why he's been so good. He scored 5 goals and got 4 assists from right back in the 7.48 average rating, which is ridiculously high. Jonathan Edwards has been good on loan at Maidstone United, by the way, our Welsh. He's played for the Welsh under-21 team, by the way. He's one for the future. He could replace Danny Bye, because he's got potential to be better than Danny Bye, that's for certain. Colin McGugan scored 20 goals for Portadown, which is great to see. Hopefully he'll come back and bang in the goals for us next season, because I have high hopes for him. He's a quality player, similar to Spencer Drury in a way. Tim Green actually won Player of the Month. There we go, Jack Young signed a new contract. It's definitely a pay increase, 300 quid a week. But for us now, it's not too bad. Financially, we're actually quite well off, 120 grand in the bank. Much better than it has been recently. So I'm kind of happy to give some money to Jack Young, legend of the club. He's going to be 26 soon, which is just crazy to think about that. We've got to this stage where we have a 26-year-old player. He's kind of dropped off to the same level we started at, though. Finishing, I think, started at 11. That's gone up. But things like physicals have went up and have gone back down again because of injuries. Neil Dixon, new contract. And Danny Bye signed a new contract, which I think is important for us. It's 3-year contract, in fact. £750 a week. He actually asked to be backup on the contract. And eventually he probably will be backup because looking at him, he's certainly not as good as Reece Walker. In fact, he's apparently the same level as Charlie Lofts. I don't believe that, though. We kind of need to bring in a better centre-back, I think. Or ease Jonathan Edwards into the first team, perhaps. Oh dear, Luke Holland injured. 3 to 4 weeks. Lifting weights. But Paddy Murray signed a new 1-year deal, which is good. So he's going to come into the team then for Luke Holland. 11,000 people expected to turn up for this at Wembley. 11,000. That is ridiculous. I mean, I know loads of people don't like this competition, but surely, if Regen Rovers got to a final, you'd turn up, wouldn't you? Surely. Even if it's just a Checkatrade trophy. Come on, guys, you would. It's a chance for glory. So, League One still occurred today, the day before the Checkatrade trophy, which means we've dropped down to 6th place. We've got a game in hand, of course. If we win that, we'll go up to 3rd, which actually looks decent, I suppose. But we are now 6 points off 2nd place, Birmingham. 8 points off 1st place, Rotherham have moved up a place, and only 3 points ahead of Shrewsbury. So the pressure really is on for the last few games of the season. We've got Colchester United, Rotherham, who are top of course, Burton Albion again, Cambridge United and Shrewsbury Town on the last day of the season. There's some tough fixtures in there, and we will be documenting the last few games of the season. There'll probably be 2 episodes, and I'll split the 5 games into 2 episodes. Greg Cross has just picked up an injury, so he's not going to be able to... Oh, he's lifting weight. What the hell is on our weights? Cyanide or something? What the hell? It's Jack Young again, isn't it? No, honestly, we can't attack Jack Young. He's not really doing this. I'm sure he's not got to that level where he's injuring Spencer Drury to stop him beating his record. The one time we faced Burton Albion then was actually this season, of course. We did lose against them, so we want revenge today. Apparently 11,570 tickets have been sold for the 90,000 capacity Wembley Stadium. It's going to be very empty. So I'm going to have to make another change, and in fact we're going to bring in one of our under 23 players for the bench, defensive option. It's going to have to be, I think we'll put JJ on the bench because he can play left back or centre back. His first appearance in the first team this season. So, the team, Sivs Ellis in goal, our penalty king. Andy Moran, on loan from Preston North End's, not had a very good time at the club so far, but he's going to have to play right back. Danny Byatt, Walker and Yahya. Let's hope Yahya keeps his head. Garber instead of Dibber because he's suspended, Murray in the middle and Marlowe on the left hand side. Diaz, of course, still injured. Up front we're going with Dupp though. Drury, Udder and Palmer. Can they lead us to glory? Let's hope so. I didn't think a suit was warranted today, so I've gone with the jumper. That's been lucky on occasions, unlucky at other times. Let's hope it works its magic today. Now their key man up front, Jamie Thomas. We're going to have to watch out for him. He's a Welsh striker, looks pretty decent. They've also got some good attacking players in Jack Stacey, Will Miller and Pablo Gonzalez, a regen, who looks very good on the left hand side, but he's very aggressive as well, so hopefully he gets sent off. We're going to have to hope we don't get any red cards today, because we know what my team's like. Rash challenges, Yahya in particular. It's going to be a tough game, that's for sure. Let's avenge what happened last time. Have a word with the midfield as well to motivate them. Maybe we could work the ball into the box, retain possession, work the ball into the box for our 3 strikers. We've got the passing ability in the team. Look at the empty stands. But there's lots of Regen Rovers fans there, which is good to see. They're all spread out in little clans. Where's the snake pit? Where are the ultras? Where are you sitting in Wembley today, guys? Udder on the ball. Can we get an opportunity here? Spencer Drury with his acceleration, bursting forwards. He's going to have a shot. Oh, it was placed nicely, but the keeper got down to keep it out. And that was the first meaningful effort of the game. It's a free kick which Mohamed Garba can hit the post. So unlucky, looking for his first goal of the season. And he cracks the post with a good effort. If we had Stephen Dean, maybe that would have gone in. I think they've both got 13 on free kicks. Let's go for that. Support the fans, because they've supported you all year. I'm going to hit early crosses into the box, because apparently we're superior in the air today. Let's go with that. Okay, start second half. Oh, it's nervous now because it's been a very tight game. We've had the 2 highlights so far, but haven't managed to score. Yahya's picked up an injury. Stubbed toe. I think we'll keep him on. We've not got a left back to come on. JJ could go there, but I don't exactly feel comfortable playing him there. We're going to have to do something, I think. Udder's not having a good game again, but I'm actually going to play him there. Palmer's going to play as... What's Palmer's penalty taking? 6. Let's take him off. It's not been his day. Let's bring Lee Orford on as the target man. Play Udder there. We're going to go more direct into the box and pick up the tempo as well. Orford, can he create something for Udder maybe? Or Spencer Drury? We've had the better play today. 57% possession, 11 shots. We've had 2 highlights. But perhaps Burton will come and kick us in the balls now. Does it go straight to penalties? That's the question. I didn't check. Yeah, penalty shootout if scores are level after 90 minutes. I think we'll go for it in the last few minutes. I know we've been good at penalties, but I'm still not that confident. Who's good at penalties on the bench? Mohammed has got 6. JJ, what's he got? He's got 5. Chick has 5 as well. Lofts has 6. And Jack Young has 4. He's actually the worst at penalties, I'm afraid. Marlowe we have to keep on. Garber has got 6 as well, which isn't great. Duh. I think we'll just stick with this team. I don't think there's any players on the bench that can change this game dramatically. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move Garber there as an advanced playmaker. We're going to exploit the middle, be more expressive, and try and get a winner in the last few minutes to win this cup. Come on, guys, please. Penalties are just... Oh, Uda's picked up a knock. He has to stay on, though. Larry, you have to stay on, I'm afraid, because you're our best penalty taker. Danny Bai gives the ball away. That paw from our captain. Yahya steps in brilliantly, though, and knocks it up the pitch to Spencer Drury. He's tackled, but here's Paddy Murray. Can this be a winning goal? Orford can't get on the end of that. Whose highlight is this going to be? Who's this going to... It's Yahya on the ball. Up to Spencer Drury, who can't win it. Back up the pitch from Burton Albion, and here they come. No. 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 Oh, it's an awful finish. Sivzelis hasn't had to make a save yet. Apparently they've had a clear-cut chance, which I didn't see. Maybe that was the clear-cut chance. Penalties it is then, once again for the... Is it the 3rd time in this competition? It's gone to penalties. We've got Uda with 14 on penalties. Marlowe with 13. Let's just get this the right way around. Spencer Drury's going to be next. Then Lee Orford. Actually, I'd rather Orford take the crucial penalty. Moran can go there. Paddy Murray. Garber. Reece Walker. Then Danny Bai, then Yahya, and then Sivzelis, who's got 1. But we know what he can do. He can save penalties. He's not got his lucky tracksuit on, but let's see what he can do. Oh, he saves the first one. What a save. He's the penalty king, is Lee Sivzelis. Larry Uda, come on. Oh, perfect. Right in the corner. 1-0. Stacey is stepping up next against Lee Sivzelis. Oh, he did really well to get to it, but it went through him. He actually matches the advertising board behind him. Here's Christian Marlowe, 13 on penalties. He scores 2-1. Ever reliable. Missed the crucial penalty once upon a time though, didn't he? Here's Miller for Burton Albion. Sends Sivzelis the wrong way. 2-2, but we've got 1 in hand. Here's Spencer Drury. He scores as well. 3-2. It's going to plan. Up steps May. Common Sivzelis. Wrong way again, right in the corner, perfect penalty. But that first penalty save could be crucial. Up steps Andy Moran. It's saved. Damn it. Our guy on loan. Why did I rely on him? Reynolds. Up he steps Common Sivzelis. No. Now we've... Pressure's on. Pressure's on Lee Orford to score this, otherwise we lose. Up steps Lee Orford. He scores. Oh, solid penalty. Come on, Sivzelis. Save this, please. Please. Oh, I can't stand this. He saves it! What a save by Lee Sivzelis. Who's got the crucial penalty now? It's Paddy Murray. Come on, Paddy Murray. He scores and wins us the shootout. Is that the set? I think it might be the 2nd time he's done it as well, but we've won the final. We've won the Checkatrade trophy. Ah, our first cup competition win. I know it's not the most extravagant cup in the world, and a lot of people hate it in real life now because of the changes they've made to it. But we've won a final, and I'm really proud of the guys. Yahya, man of the match, 7.7 as well, putting some brilliant tackles. Oh, I'm really, really pleased. Yahya's got injured in the process, but it really doesn't matter. Very, very pleased with that. The board are delighted. The fans are delighted in a way. Excellent stuff. Well, thank you for watching today's episode, guys. Please smash that like button for our first ever cup win for Regen Rovers. We've won the Checkatrade trophy. Next stop, League Cup, FA Cup. Let's hope so. I'll see you very soon in episode 85.